moving on to Justin Fields, quarterback for the Ohio State Buckeyes. He comes into this draft with strong rushing capabilities. He's got a cannon for an arm, often compared to Josh Allen, right? So what I did personally is I looked at a few pro mock drafts. You know, we got ESPN, we got CBS. I just wanted to see what their takes were on this. And as of right now, according to CBS, Denver has him going, or I should say, he's going with the 9th pick to the Denver Broncos. After giving it a little bit of thought, deliberating it on my mind for a little bit, I think it is the necessary fit for Justin Fields. I think that is a situation where Drew Lock, we could see him as a starter, you know, week 1, week 2, and then it could very easily turn into a competition if things don't work out for Drew Lock early on in the season. Does that mean it's going to bode well for fantasy for Justin Fields? Not exactly. Obviously, the rushing upside is there, so you're excited for that. You're excited for his weapons, Jerry Jeudy, Sutton, and Font. But there are just quite a few other things that we have to wait to see how everything falls. Jacob, you're shaking your head already, man. Give me your thoughts.
Well, look, I don't think there's no way in hell that Justin Fields falls to the Broncos. They are going to have to trade up. If you're talking about the Broncos trading up to number 4 pick, then yes. But for Justin Fields, and look, I labeled the video best fantasy landing spots, but we're kind of just guessing, right? Like we're kind of guessing 100%. Where they're going to be.
An educated guess.
I'll tell you what, if it's true that the Niners are drafting Mac Jones at 3 and then because Atlanta's willing to trade that pick, number 4 pick. So
there
if Denver trades up to number 4, all they do is swap, give a couple picks, you know, 2nd round, 3rd round picks, maybe another 1st for next year to Atlanta, and boom, you're in the number 4 spot. You get Justin Fields or maybe Trey Lance or Mac Jones. But I just don't think he's going to fall to there. I think they're at number 9, right?
Yeah, they're at number 9.
Currently, they're
and
at
I'm
number
glad
9.
you brought up. I'm glad you brought up the pick swap or the.
And I'm okay. Like when in these discussions, we could acknowledge trades. And one of my guys, I actually have a trade involved. So because it was the only way it would make sense, right?
Okay.
Well, I just meaning like this situation. Like if you were like
in fantasy right now, like
no. I'm talking about no. I'm talking about like, you know, we're basically like doing our own version of like where these guys going to go. So you could have said, all right, so I have Denver trading up to the number 4 spot to get Justin Fields. So I have another team doing that later on in the draft. But I think Justin Fields is going to the 49ers, and I think it would be amazing for him. Look, I know everybody is saying that they're going to draft Mac Jones. And like I said, I don't have enough information to be too upset about that. You know, if I watch college football and I've been following all 5 of these guys and I know their strengths inside and out, and I was like, no, they cannot draft Mac Jones, then I'd be making a bigger fit about it. But I don't know enough. But like I said, how do you go from being, maybe late 1st round to like now the number 3 overall? So Look, Justin Fields it was him and Trevor Lawrence coming up ever since they were in middle school. They were coming up and it was always them two. They were the top prospects. Zach Wilson wasn't even talked about until this year. He wasn't acknowledged to go this high. Justin Fields was ranked above him prospect-wise, and now after this season, now Zach Wilson is the consensus number 2 overall pick going to the Jets. But I heard that Zach Wilson can windmill dunk. So if that's true, like I don't blame the Jets, but I just think as soon as I saw the Niners trade, I was, first of all, very happy. I remember exactly where I was. And then I was like, we're getting Justin Fields. And that's what I hope for. That's what I'm sticking for. Look, Mac Jones is labeled as a non-athletic quarterback. And I just don't think that's, unless you're an amazing pocket passer, I just don't think that's, smart to give up this much to get a quarterback that's not a difference maker. Maybe he can thrive in Shanahan's system, but I think you have a great system, you put a great athlete in Justin Fields in it, then they They can both help each other. So I love this for fantasy. I love it for real life. Give me Justin Fields to the Niners.
Of course you would love it for real life. Of course you would love it for fantasy. It's the perfect fit. He's your guy on your team. It makes sense.
Look,
I don't see it.
Gabe, I'll tell you this right now. If you made a promise to the Jags, I don't know if
don't do this. Don't do this.
No. It's a different promise.
Watch your words. Okay, go ahead.
If the 49ers draft Justin Fields, because that's more likely than yours. Like, I'm not going streaking for that.
Okay, fair.
But I'm saying if the 49ers draft Justin Fields, I will buy a Justin Fields jersey, like, right away.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, good.
But no, normally you don't, like, most people don't do that. I mean, big NFL fans do that, but I'm just saying, like, I'll buy, because he could be a bust. I'm just saying, I'm not going to wait. Like, it's not like me buying a Justin Herbert jersey
you don't
right
have to
now.
validate things, man.
I'm saying,
you're not
like,
a big sports guy, I guess. You don't want to.
I'm going to buy it before he plays, is what I'm saying.
That's great, because you know why? You'll have it before while he's riding the bench until he gets a start. It's great.
Exactly.
You'll be a Justin Fields truther.
Look, this is like wearing a Justin Herbert jersey before he started last year. Can you imagine that?
I didn't know anybody did that. Maybe some people in San Diego
exactly.
That's good for them. Really quick, before we move on, though, I know that you mentioned the trade option. Just to throw it in there, if you are interested, NFL's mock draft did have a trade happening here with the number 4 pick, and that was the Patriots trading up with the Falcons to draft Justin Fields. So something to keep your eye on. You had mentioned the Broncos might trade up. You had also mentioned that, just right here, that the New England Patriots are likely to trade up. So we'll have to keep an eye and see. But I like that better too, honestly. Justin Fields goes, he learns from a quarterback of a similar not stature, but a similar play style in Cam Newton, right? Flexible, runs, got a strong arm. It makes sense that you want to mold that guy under someone who was a former MVP in the NFL Football League. So I like that move as well. But I do think that there are not just quarterbacks in this draft, and I think Justin Fields falls to number 9. I think that's more of a possibility. We'll see. It could happen. You never know.